Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to 3 Points Podcast. I've had a hard time actually recording this episode. It's been tough. We are going to be talking about the Chelsea sacking of Frank Lampard. And I'm just going to be completely raw with it, guys. Mark won't be with us today. This is purely going to be a Chelsea episode. And I don't think it will be a long one either, to be honest. I think we'll mainly just kind of chat and discuss how I've been feeling. So let's jump straight into it, really. Fuck me, man. They sacked Lampard and appointed new manager Thomas Tuchel. Sorry. I just don't really know how to feel. For me, guys, Lampard was probably the biggest legend I've ever had in my life. An icon, in fact. The man just did everything right. He spoke right. He behaved right. He showed his class on and off the pitch. He performed to the highest standards, was an elite level player, an elite level midfielder. He could do no wrong. And that kind of goes the same in his managerial career. He did nothing wrong by me. Maybe his stubbornness in changing tactics, but in reality, looking back at it now, he had a project to plan. And with all the new information coming out, it seems that certain players may have ruined that for him. And it just obviously wasn't meant to be. The time wasn't meant to be. But we will kind of dive deeper into this, but I just kind of want to go on a little bit of a rant here. This guy for most people isn't really nothing, but for me, especially as a Chelsea fan and as a Lampard fanboy, he's truly an icon, and I can't wish him more. I hope that he does well wherever he goes next, and I hope he does take a deserved break, maybe a little 3-month break to kind of reset his ideas and then jump straight back into management. I think that's the best thing for him, is to take a couple of months off and then go straight back into work. It'd be nice to have him as a pundit on Sky again, just kind of hear, what he has to say about the beautiful game. Moving on. We do have the new signing of now Thomas Tuchel. And we're just going to be discussing some things that might be changing at the club. As you guys know, Lampard did bring the youth into our side. Starting the likes of Reece James, Mason Mount, Tomori when he came in, there's some wonderful players he brought up with him. Obviously, Callum Hudson-Odoi, just some beautiful players he kind of gave the time to, and they showed what they were. Obviously, Sarri kind of, gave Callum Hudson-Odoi his first original starts, but as we kind of digressed, Lampard was showing more and more of that youth, and he had that youth project at his heart, which sadly he didn't have time to execute. And I just don't think Chelsea gave him enough time. I don't think Abramovic gave him enough time. And I do understand that Abramovic has been at our club for some time and has gave us, so much success. So you can't really hate on the guy for sacking Lampard, because it's what's brought us so much success. This whole way of firing a manager, bringing a new manager in, instant success, and then firing a manager. Like when Robert Di Matteo came in, won us the Champions League. 6 months later, he's given the boot. I just don't think we're ever going to get that Sir Alex Ferguson era I've always wanted at Chelsea and always been so jealous of growing up. I mean, just look at the success Man United had. 13 years, so many titles, so many European titles. It just hurts, man. I thought this could have been the time where Lampard was going to be our next Sir Alex Ferguson, our next manager that we had for time. And we've never had that at Chelsea, So it just hurts. It just does. And I don't think it will go away soon. Even with the new manager signing of Thomas Tuchel, I'm excited for it, because now we it feels like Chelsea have a parent again. It's like when you have a broken home and you lose a parent. It's like, where the fuck are we going? But then they come you get a new parent come in. This is that new parent. This is that new stepdad, and hopefully he leads us to success. We do have a next game against Wolves, and it's going to be interesting to see how he lines up, but I don't know, guys. I'm just a bit lost for words. I feel like Lampard should have been given at least to the end of the season, just so he could execute his plan. He went through one rough patch of losing about 3 or 4 fixtures, and it just wasn't meant to be. I think we'd lost 5 games out of our last 8, and yeah, I don't know. I'm probably that stat's probably wrong, by the way, guys. I'm just so spun right now. This dropped 2 days ago, by the way, this news of Lampard being sacked. And I recorded a complete rant video the other day. And I just had to get rid of it. With the new information coming out and, the new thoughts of Thomas Tuchel taking over, I just wanted to discuss all that. I do think that the players such as Mason Mount and Callum Hudson-Odoi and, Reece James will continue to feature for Chelsea. Maybe not so much, maybe not so much Odoi, just because of the way I believe that he might set us up with Ziyech on the wing. But at the same time, you never know. I really do hope to see these young boys prove their worth. These guys are world-class players. No matter what manager is in front of them, I'm sure they will impress. So I don't really have too much worries for those players. Maybe the likes of Billy Gilmore, I'm a bit worried for, just because he was more up and coming, but he shows serious talent and promise. So I really do hope we consider using him, because he's such a baller. He's probably impressed me so much. In that Luton Town game, baller. This guy is fucking insane right now. So I hope we keep using him. Do I feel like he will last longer than 18 months, Tuchel? Nope. I feel like this is another interim pit stop for a manager. I feel like he'll come in, he'll do well, he'll get his top 4, he'll get his Champions League, and then he's gone again. It's just what it is, isn't it? Every time we do this thing where we sign a new manager, he's gone. Jose Mourinho, for example, won us the league, bad season, finished 10th, gone. That's what I'm trying to explain to these people. They don't understand that once a manager comes in and does well for Chelsea, they're expected to follow that success up with more success. And that is the way of life, you win success, you get more success, but that's not always the way life goes. There's ups and downs. And it feels like Abramovich, there's no time for downs. There's only time for ups. So, Tuchel, you better fasten that seatbelt, boy, because you've not been the best manager over your decade. Over your time. This is where I get mad, guys, and I'm going to kind of control my thoughts here. And this isn't going to be edited, guys, so you're going to hear my mistakes, my bleepers, whatever. But I just don't understand it. This guy has always had problems with the board. He got sacked at Dortmund, sacked at PSG. So what's going to make it any different for him at Chelsea? He's almost pretty much, literally, guys, he's signed this job full well knowing that in 18 months' time he will be jobless again. He's full well knows this. Unless for some fucking reason he becomes a god and does unworldly things, which I'm fucking backing him for. If he does that, fucking well on him. I want that to happen. But do I see that happening? No. I see the same old shit happening where we do well, we might win a domestic cup, an FA Cup, a tiny trophy. Not a tiny trophy, because I still buy the belief that all trophies are important. But when it's a trophy that doesn't really do much for us as a club, and then he's given another, 6 months, and then boom, he's gone. That's just what will happen. He'll win a trophy, he'll go through a bad spell, be given about 3 months to change it, not even that, and then he'll be gone. That's my personal opinions of the future of what's going to happen with Tuchel. I don't think we'll do well. I feel there'll be an instant change from the players. I feel we'll have an instant bounce back, and players will start performing, such as Werner and Havertz, and it will all be glory days for the first couple of weeks of his new regime, and then it will be back to shit. I just don't see a way out for this. I don't see a way of this working out. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't see how this will work well. I don't see how sacking Lampard after he's made all these signings, after he was trying to get Rice, which was also his demise. He had a plan. That Mount Rice partnership in the middle, they're best friends in real life. I'm not saying it would have worked out on the pitch, but they're both ballers. I don't understand it. But I do. And I don't understand it as a fan. I don't understand it, as a person who has seen this guy come from where he's come from and finish up where he finished up from. He did 1 year of management. Sorry, talking about Frank Lampard. Did 1 year of management at Derby. Is learning on the job. Comes to Chelsea. Gets us top 4. Gets us Champions League. And then through his one bad spell, it's just gone. It's just sacked. So it's I understand it at the other side of views, because it's Abramovich. You have bad form. It's not good enough. You have to have good form the whole time, apparently. So, yeah, I don't know. Do I feel like we can still do well for the rest of the season? Of course so. I definitely think we can get top 4. I think that's what we will get. But what I'm trying to say to you guys is, when will this end? When will this 18 months management thing end? And I'm telling you now, it won't fucking end. It won't end as long as Abramovich is in charge of this club. It's a fucking disgrace. It's appalling the way he was treated, but I understand it. And you know what? As a fan base, we need to move on. We need to now back our manager, as he's now been appointed, and we need to, It's tough. I'm sorry, guys. Fuck, man. It just hurts. Like, this guy fucking died for our club. And now we just have to forget about him. We'll not forget. We just have to move on. We can remember what he did for us as a player and as a manager. But it just wasn't his time. We now need to back Tuchel. And hopefully he can bring the youth that, that Lampard was developing. And hopefully Jody Morris as well is kind of seen... is shown some respect. I need to put respect on Jody Morris's name. He is a lot of these youth kids, such as Mason Mount and these people coming through the academy, such as Reece James. They were all coached and guided by Jody Morris. Like, Jody Morris has been at the centre of our club for so long, and then he's been brought up through the academy, and then he helped out Frank, and it's just like, bro, just treated like shit. Like, man, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to do. Yeah, it hurts, and I do hope we do move on from this, and I honestly hope that Chelsea in the next 18 months is doing well. But overall, this, guys, I'm just letting you guys know this are my opinions and thoughts on the whole process. As a Chelsea fan, let me know in the comments below. I would be super interested to hear it all. Apart from that, guys, it's Luke out. I know it's not the longest episode, but I just need to drop this out there and get this out there. It's not the best piece of work ever, but it's my thoughts. So, digress as you will. I hope to see you guys on the next episode. And from that, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.